superstar for everything that he has been doing in this community. Every Sunday he shows up, to show us how the market is expected to react this week. And a lot of you last week said you wanted to see him come on board this Sunday. If you want him to come up right now, let's celebrate him in the chat box. Drop a 111 in the chat box. Let me know if you can hear me. Drop a 111 in the chat box. Let's celebrate greatness, guys. Whatever you celebrate, you attract. Let's celebrate greatness. Drop a 111 in the chat box to encourage this superstar for everything that he does to this community. If you're there and you can hear me, let me see a 111 in the chat box. Let's celebrate this superstar. Xavier, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay, if you're there and you can hear me, superstar, you can take it right away. Right away, superstar. Right away. If you can hear me and you're there, take it away. Right away, superstar.
All right. So good evening, guys.
Take it away.
Good evening, guys. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Please, if you can hear me, kindly drop a 111 on the chat, please.
We can hear you, superstar.
All right. Thank you. So without wasting much of our time, let's just get straight to the business of the day. I will be analyzing the dollar index, EURUSD and GBPUSD. These are basically the pairs I trade. So I will be analyzing them now. Okay. Just have to clear all these things. You guys can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
No, we cannot.
Okay. I think it is network.
Xavier, we are still waiting for you.
Make me host so I can share my screen.
Okay.
All right. I'm waiting to be made host so I'll be able to share my screen. All right. Okay, so I believe you all can see my screen now.
People should check what we eat, man. Yes, we can see your screen now.
Okay, so I'll be deleting all these things. Okay, I'll be deleting all these things. So it's still the same bias I'm having since for quite some time now. So from the monthly, I can see this only fair value gap here, monthly gap here that price already tapped into. But I'm not expecting a drop immediately. You can see this monthly gap that price already tapped into. Yeah. And if you look closely, you see that the previous month, last month left a gap. The price already in. Please, can you mute? I have to mute everybody. Okay, so I can see this monthly gap here. A price already tapped into. I have to label this monthly gap. this monthly gap here. So let's go down to the weekly and see what we are going to get from the weekly. Now, looking at the weekly, I can see this sell stop liquidity here, which I'm expecting price to go and clear before we see a down movement on dollar. The monthly gap, price closed above it, which is a good sign for us. Price closing above it is a good sign for us because we should expect more bullish movement on the dollar index. I have this weekly draw here. Now I'm going down to the daily. I can see this sell stop liquidity here being taken out. Can see this sell stop liquidity here being taken out. Still inside our monthly gap. The sell stop liquidity is being taken out. And from the daily, I see this gap already mitigated. Still expecting a bullish movement on the dollar index. This gap here being mitigated from the daily, so I have to label this daily gap or daily FVG. So I have to label this. So now I have this buy stop liquidity here, fresh buy stop liquidity, which is my weekly drawn liquidity. This is my weekly drawn liquidity here. So I'm expecting the dollar to go up and clear this buy stop liquidity before I should expect any down movement on the dollar. So currently I'm still bullish on dollar index and bearish on Euro USD because the DXY is like the vice versa of Euro USD. So going down to the 4 hours, I see this 4 hour sell stop liquidity or stop hunt here taking out. I have to label this SH being taken out, which is giving me extra confidence that yes, I'm still expecting a bullish movement on the dollar index and this 4 hour gap too. So price is currently in 4 hour gap. I have this break of structure here. Leaving a gap. So on the dollar index, I'm expecting something like this to happen. Price should drop down a bit then before we see the bullish movement. So last week, the move last week isn't that price really didn't move last week because we have a little move and plenty of ranges last week, both on the dollar and Euro USD. So I'm expecting that this week price should move pretty very well this week. And this is another internal liquidity here, internal drawn liquidity here. So there are high tendencies that the dollar is going to continue up the up movement because of this internal drawn liquidity here and our external drawn liquidity, which is our buy stop liquidity here. So I'm expecting this to play out on the dollar index this week. Still expecting to see up movement on the dollar index. So going to Euro USD, we have to start from the monthly. So I have to remove all this drawing. Euro USD from the monthly is the vice versa of the dollar index. So we have our monthly draw on liquidity here, which is this monthly gap here. That price is yet to mitigate. And see this price is yet to mitigate. Now I'm using our PD array. Let's see. Okay. So before I should expect any buys on Euro USD, I would like to see price break below the 50% of this PDRA, which is my discount level. I would like to see price at my discount level before I need to start looking out for buys on Euro USD. So I see this monthly SH here. I see this monthly SH here, and this market structure shifts here. So last month leaving a gap, which price already filled or price is currently in that gap. I have this gap here. So price already filled this gap. I'm expecting the down movement. Yeah, the meeting is being recorded. So I have this gap here, the monthly gap, price already filled it up. So I'm still expecting a down movement. Because I need price to come into this my discount level before I should expect any buys on Euro USD. So looking at the weekly, everything looks good from the weekly. And my weekly drawn liquidity is this. I have to level this. Sell stop LQ. So I have to level this. I'm expecting a push for price to take out this sell stop liquidity. So our monthly fair value gap price closed below it, which is a good confirmation, which is a good sign that I should expect more down movement on Euro USD. So looking at the daily, I can see this buy stop liquidity here being taken out. I see this buy stop liquidity here being taken out. I have to label that. Buy stop liquidity. Buy stop LQ being taken out, which is my number 2 confirmation that price is going to drop down. It's my number 2 confirmation that price is going to draw down. So I'm expecting price to take out this sell stop liquidity here in the coming week. So this is my external drawn liquidity here, external DOL, sell stop LQ. So let's see what we'll get from the 4 hours. Now looking at the 4 hours, looking closely at the 4 hours, I can see this SH happen here. Can see this stop hunt here, which is a good sign. And from last week, if you are following our analysis last week, I said that price is going to fill up this gap. Last week. And what happened? Price did fill it up before this movement. So price filled up this gap before we have this aggressive move to the downside. That was last week. The sell was last week. So let's move on. Now I see these stop hunts here and this structure shifts here. Which is giving me the boldness or the confidence that I should expect more down movement on Euro USD and this 4-hour gap, which price is currently on, this 4-hour gap. So probably what is going to happen probably by tomorrow or next tomorrow is for price to take out this high inside our 4-hour FVG. For price to take out this high before we see the drop. Price to give me something like this, then we'll see the drop. Then we'll see the drop. This is basically what I'm looking out for on Euro USD to play out on Euro USD. After price gave me this SH here. After price gave me this SH and this market structure shifts here, I have to level that. So I'm having a market structure shift. Price gave me a stop hunt and a market structure shift. So I'm expecting extra confirmation inside the 4-hour gap before I take my sales on Euro USD for the week. Before I take my sales on Euro USD for the week. So let's move down to 5 minutes and see what looks like in 5 minutes. So from 5 minutes, I'm expecting price to give me something like this, taking out this previous day high for the drop. Price to take out this previous day high before the drop. So this is what I'm expecting on Euro USD this week. Now I'm not rushing anything. If price didn't give me the confluence I need to see, there is no need to FOMO. There is no need to FOMO because there are a lot of opportunities in the market. So let's look at GBPUSD and see what we're going to get from GBPUSD. So starting from the monthly on GBPUSD, I have to clear all this. I have my monthly drawn liquidity, which is this. I have my monthly drawn liquidity, which is this, and price playing the monthly price already in our monthly gap. Last month left a gap, so price already filled it up. So moving down to the weekly, everything looks pretty well on the weekly. This should be my weekly DOL. Should be my weekly DOL here, and price tapped into our monthly fair value gap. Only FVG and closed below it, which is a good sign for us. Price closing below it is a good sign for us. Now moving down to the daily. Price gave us this daily gap here. This is already filled up. Price gave us this daily gap here, which is already filled up. Sorry, I need to draw it very well. Price already tapped into this daily gap. Then we see an aggressive movement to the downside, looking for price to come and take out this sell stop liquidity here. So this is my weekly drawn liquidity or daily drawn liquidity, daily DOL. So sorry, I need to make this look perfect. Get to the bottom. Okay. So moving down to 4 hours. I can boldly see this sell stop liquidity or stop hunt here being taken out. I can see this stop hunt here being taken out. It's a market structure shift to the downside. So I have to label this SH, which comes to the center. Okay. I have to label this SH and market structure shift. And this shift, which is also a breaker, block. So this is like giving us a unicorn setup. So GU is giving us a unicorn setup. G is giving us a unicorn setup. I have to label this GB breaker block. Move to the right. GU is giving me a unicorn setup. Why is it a unicorn setup? Because I have a fair value gap inside my breaker. I have a fair value gap inside my breaker. So I would like to see GBPUSD playing into this gap very well, or into this breaker very well, before I will take my sell. So GBPUSD looks perfectly well. So guys, these are my analysis going into this week on the dollar index, Euro USD, and GBP USD. I'm still expecting a strong bearish movement on the foreign currencies, GU and EU, and the bullish movement on dollar, which is dollar index. So guys, if you have any question on what I just said now that you need more clarification on, kindly unmute yourself or maybe use the chat box to ask your questions. And mind you, this is an open bias. I'm analyzing from what I'm seeing. So probably market might open and I'll start seeing another thing. My confluence or my analysis might change, but I'm analyzing from what I'm presently seeing in the market, not what I'm thinking. So feel free to do your own analysis. Like I said, this is an open bias. So if you have any question, feel free to ask your question, or you can just drop it on the chat box, then I'll reply. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you have any question, okay, I can see questions here from the chat box. I think I have 3 of them. Okay, no question. Okay. So when we are done with the analysis, I will drop the recorded session on the WhatsApp group. Yes, my bias on GU is a sell. My bias on GU is a sell. Because this sell stop liquidity here needs to be taken out. So my bias on GU is a sell. Now it's fine. You can watch the recorded session when we are done, because I'm going to drop it on the group. So you can go back and watch it from the dollar index down to GU. Okay. I'm expecting your questions, please. So in the absence of no question, okay, you can, what is your conclusion on EU this week? I'm bearish on EU this week. I'm bearish on EU this week. Bearish on EU this week. So I'm looking out for sales on EU. So let's look at Euro USD once again. So this Euro USD, I have this stop points here and this market structure shifts here. Price already in our 4-hour gap. So I'm expecting a down movement on Euro USD. So please, in the absence of no other question, I'll be handing over to the Forex lady boss herself to come and continue.
Superstar, good evening, sir. Hello, excuse me, please.
Okay.
We understand that you'll be traveling to Lagos. Does it mean that this Zoom call will not hold next week?
No, the Zoom call will hold. The Zoom call will hold. Okay. The Zoom call will hold next week.
All right, all the best on your business trip.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Gold analysis. Do I have anything on gold? I don't really trade gold, so I've not been following gold for quite some time now. Okay. Oh, wow. This is like, wow. I even long, I checked gold. Can't even remember that this thing played out. So gold might probably want to come back and fill this gap here. Gold might probably want to come back and fill this gap here. Fill this gap. So in the absence of no other question, I'll be handing over to the Forex lady boss herself to come and continue from where I stopped. My boss.
Xavier, I can hear you.
Okay, you can take it up.
Thank you so much. It was an amazing call. Guys, if you're excited for this call and you want more of this, let's celebrate greatness. Let's celebrate this superstar. Drop a 111 in the chat box. Drop a 111 in the chat box to encourage this superstar for all that he's doing in this community. Xavier will super celebrate you. You can see the 111 coming in. We super celebrate you. We appreciate you for everything that you're doing. Thank you so much. You can see the 1-1 coming in. That shows that they really appreciate what you're doing. Everyone here appreciates you big time. Thank you so much for everything.
You're welcome.
So you can see the 111 coming in. So guys, thank you all for coming up on the call. Next week, Sunday, we'll be back again to do the weekly analysis, to show our own bias on how the market is expected to react, So when you trade this week, make sure you trade carefully, make sure you are not greedy, make sure you allow the market come to you. You know, traders are like snipers. We wait for the market to come to us. So don't be greedy. Take normal lot sizes. Don't take Metama House lot sizes so that you can stay put in the market. Super celebrate each and every one of you on the call. Let's call it a day. Have a wonderful night rest, everyone. See you next week, Sunday. Bye-bye for now.